Welcome back to another episode of the How to Be a Host podcast. And today I'm your host, Charles Ewudo. And joining me today is a very special guest of mine, Tiffany Young. She is the director of marketing at the Godfrey Hotel, a very phenomenal person. I need you guys to meet her. How you doing today, Tiffany?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. I'm excited to be here today. So super energetic. Sorry if I sound extra hyper.
No, I love it. You sound great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I want to start from the basics, right? So can you tell me like a little bit more about your background? How did you get into hospitality?
Perfect. So for me, this is a college job that never stopped. I've been in the hotel industry for 30 years. I went to San Jose State University. I actually studied in forensic psychology. I went to college to become a homicide detective, and this is just a college job that was paying my tuition and my dormitory fees to keep me in school that never ended. And I just loved what I do.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love that. I love that a lot. Wow. It sounds like, your career really kind of led you here.
it is.
Yeah. So like what made you want to work in the hospitality industry exactly?
Well, funny enough, my parents actually gave me a lot of pressure because I wanted to become a homicide detective, and it kind of fascinated me. This is why you have to watch what your kids watch on TV, because I saw a Ted Bundy movie on TV, and I was fascinated how someone so smart can go so crazy. And so I started studying about it in the library. Yes, I said library. That was back then. You had libraries, and people had no problem going there. And I started studying it. And my parents would just give me a hard time about me being around criminals and things like they said would change your personality. And so my dad's like, "Is there anything else you want to do?" And I love my job. I love my job now. I love my job then. There's something about hotels. I mean, I have to admit, it's not for everyone. Because you meet people from around the world, and you have to have patience, you have to have understanding, you have to have empathy. Guests are here for various reasons. Sometimes on vacation, sometimes visiting family, sometimes to close the books or chapters on a loved one, or sometimes they're coming here for school. It's a whole new thing. So you meet people for all various types of reasons. So for me, I consider that to be really exciting. I like meeting people from all over. I like hearing their story. I like finding out what the chapter is. There's anything I can help you make it personalized and everything. 'Cause I truly believe in hospitality. You have to love it. B, you have to be able to touch someone to the core, not physically. So just touch someone to the core of how you make them feel. And once you decide on that portion, then that's what makes a true hospitality person.
I love that. I love that a lot. And I love how you talked about, understanding that you have to love it and you have to love people. It's a people business.
It is.
Yeah.
It's 100% a people business, and it has to be something where you're genuinely passionate about it, because you meet people from around the world and you never know the circumstances, and you have that wonderful opportunity to make someone's day and to leave a lasting impression, and it determines the loyalty of that person coming back to your property or working with you specifically. So it's pretty cool.
I love that. So, like, what's a misconception about the hospitality space that you wish more people understood?
Well, I say the biggest misconception is, trust me, we do not want to say no. And some people are like, "Oh, no, no, no." And it's like, we do not want to say no. We are in the business to make money. None of us personally own the hotel. So in this aspect, it's just a matter of better understanding that if we say no, it's for a reason. So we can explain further details.
Yeah.
But sometimes when the hotel, any employee, not just myself, any employee sometimes say no. Some guests will take it personal, or they think we're doing it intentionally, and that's not the case. Sometimes we say no because of branding. Sometimes we say no because it's just something the hotel does not do. Sometimes we say no because there's a private event. There's something we can't control because we committed to someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
Because people think because it's a hotel that you have to always be accommodating.
Yes.
So when they get that no, it throws them off guard.
Yeah, so that throws them off guard, and it's never intentional. I mean, if you work in hospitality, especially for as long as I have, 30 years, your natural instinct always is yes. Even when I'm on vacation for myself, it's like I can put myself in their shoes. And I'm like, oh, I understand. I've been there. So yeah, I mean, naturally, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, no, I could see that 100%. Like, so, like, what are like some key like elements that makes a party or a nightlife experience truly unforgettable? Like, how do you like bring that together?
Oh, when you can make someone relax, have fun, and not think about the situation or how much money they're spending,
Yeah.
that's when you have that lasting impression. Because, when you go somewhere, and once again, all is about how you make someone feel. When you go somewhere and you have that unique experience, you remember.
Yeah.
You do. And then you want to go back when you have that opportunity to come back to Hollywood, to go to your favorite vacation destination. When someone makes you feel fantastic or you had a good experience, you want to go back naturally because it's a safety zone. You always like to go where you are familiar. Now, if you had a bad experience, the same can be true as well, that you don't want to go back. So that's why it's really important on how you make someone feel.
I like that. I like that a lot because I think a lot of times people in the space could focus so much on these external elements like experience, design, um, and different types of, other obvious elements, but they never want to forget the essence, right? What really boils down to how each person feels when they walk through your doors. And I feel like that's something you touched on
Yeah.
quite a bit here at the Godfrey Hotel, and I think that's phenomenal. Um, okay, so like, speaking of the Godfrey Hotel, we're in Hollywood,
Mhm.
right in the heart of it. Love it here. Like the Godfrey, what is it like? The Godfrey is known for its high energy, high, profile events. Like, what makes it stand out from other nightlife venues in the scene?
Oh, I love that question. Okay. So I would say the number one thing about the Godfrey that makes us stand out really versus all the other hotels, well, besides the fact we have the largest rooftop in Hollywood by far, the largest rooftop, with amazing views of the Hollywood sign, which is the number one reason why people come to Hollywood. They want to see that famous sign that they see in all the movie theaters, they see it on TV and everything. But the number one reason why I think people come here is because we're an independent hotel, so we don't have the restrictions of brands.
Yeah.
So we have the chance to be unique. And so one key strategy about the Godfrey Hotel, since I've been here for like the last year and a half, is we are always evolving and changing ourselves. We are reinventing ourselves to create that unique experience. So if you were here last month, well, you come back next month, you should still have the same great service, but the amenities that we provide and the unique opportunities we provide should be something different. We want to provide consistency of having a good time, but we want you to experience different avenues. I mean, it's Hollywood. I mean, is your imagination is the ceiling. So if you can create it and everything legally, I should say, but if you can create it and you can share it with the public and they get a chance to enjoy it and they have that feeling and they remember and they're able to share it with their loved ones, all their loved ones want to experience it as well. And then people want to come back to the Hollywood to see what's next and everything. And I think that is what makes the Godfrey unique, is the fact that we have that ability to reinvent ourselves and we do it successfully over and over and over again.
I love that. No, that's really spot on. And I feel that every time I come here. I feel, just that unique essence that the hotel has.
Mm.
And oh my God, the rooftop, the pool is beautiful with the view.
Oh, yeah, it's
Just a
beautiful.
die for it. Well,
Yeah.
1,000%. I always have a good time when I'm up there. Um, but like, what's your approach to VIP experiences and, making hotel guests feel special when they arrive? Like, how's that?
Oh, I will say this, everyone is different.
Yeah.
And that's something I empower my sales team as well, and all my past sales team. So if anyone's watching this as well who previously worked with me, I definitely promote individualism, and personalization. And so I think being a part of Godfrey, being an independent hotel, we are empowered to be ourselves. We were hired to promote the brand because we are a part of the brand. We reflect the brand and everything. So when a guest comes in, I try to get to know them myself before they get here. And so I get to know like personal preferences, favorite colors. Do I have anything in common with them that I can recommend myself? Like, so if anyone who knows me like knows I love dogs, I love tequila, I love going out, I love lounges.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you love anything that I love, then it's easy for me to give recommendations. And I like to personalize it. So I do handwritten notes when you're coming in, a personal, I mean, we have welcome amenities for VIPs all the time, but I like to do custom ones based on what I know that I was able to uncover that you like.
Yeah.
And so I try to do that personal touch. So maybe this time, like, I mean, I love salted caramel macaroons are like and ice cream and sherbet are my like down, like, I will cheat on my diet. Yeah, hopefully my Kaiser doctor's not watching. But yes, I will cheat on my diet because I'm diabetic, so I should not have any sugar. But that's like an Achilles heel for me. I cannot say no. So that's one experience. Then the next time when they come, maybe if I see a picture on their Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or whatever or TikTok of their pets or animal, I'll put it in the frame in their room just to remind them. I mean, because for me, a quick way for me to smile and be happy is show any of my dogs and everything. I have 3, so, I'm a dog lover. I love all animals.
Yeah.
Adopt, don't shop, by the way. But anything that personalizes and they remember and it shows we took the moment to get to know them before they got here and anticipate their needs, that is, I think, what makes us customized. So we're not cookie cutter, we're
Yeah.
very, very independent.
I love that. And you spoke a great deal about personalization.
Mhm.
So how does that tie into every individual guest? Like, how do you keep guests engaged and ensure that they're having a good time throughout the night? Like, what does that look like?
Oh, well, besides the person who they book with, because even if you booked on a third party and everything, we still try to personalize your stay. But we engage with guests before they arrive here. And so I have to say, I mean, I hate to say it, it's the year 2025. So we have to be reliant on technology. So we have great software systems that hotel industry professionals can utilize. And then because we are independent, we can explore or try different ones. So we found the best that works with us where we can communicate with guests before they arrive. Are you coming for an experience? Is this an anniversary? Are you coming here for work, vacation? Is there something we can help you with? We try to anticipate their needs ahead of time. So technology allows us to personalize their stay. And then and it's completely optional. They don't have to text back to us or respond or sign up for it. But we're able to, through that technology, that software system called Canary for the record, what is it? We are able to customize ahead of time, know what time they're arriving, what kind of pillows they like. Do they have any allergies? What's your favorite color, your favorite movie? And then through the things, the way you answer, we're able to customize it more personal for you. So every single guest is different. I've never seen the same thing. I mean, I laugh sometimes reading some of the requests that the guests put on there because it's something that I like. So then it automatically has a kinship with them. And then I kind of have an idea of what this guest is like. And I know what, because they sound similar to me, I know what I would like. So let me try to personalize it with something I want to see and everything.
Yeah. It sounds like you're very data driven,
I am.
and you create these tailored experiences to deliver these personalized experiences at every single layer. I think that's fascinating. And if you really think about the future where the industry is headed with,
Mm.
just how technology is ingrained with every fiber of the industry now. I love how you're already taking the charge with understanding how to properly utilize these personalized experiences and to give people that wow moment, that wow factor.
Mhm.
I love that a lot. So like what like what's one tip or like what would be one underrated tip that that you could share to help people understand how to instantly elevate their experience if someone was starting out in your role, like
Mhm.
what would be that tip or advice you could provide?
Oh, well, the tip for starting out, oh my gosh, if I could talk to my younger self, one, I would tell myself to be quiet because obviously I'm a chatty Cathy and everything. But number two thing I would say, number one is, I mean, number two and number one kind of is stay open, educate yourself. Um, Never think you know it all. There's always, the world and technology is always evolving, and no matter what industry you're in, technology is something you have to stay at the forefront of, because otherwise you can quickly get outdated. And it's good to be knowledgeable about A, the tools you use, and B, the tools that are coming and how they affect what you use today. And so education to me is super duper important. So what I take myself now, I'm a 30-year hotel veteran. So 'cause this is a college job, just never stopped. But I love what I do.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, but overall, I like right now, I'm currently taking on Google University, I'm taking classes about AI. Because I heard about AI like 8 or 9 years ago. And so, because it's funny to me now, I'm looking at social media, people's comments about AI and getting upset about certain things and the intelligence that gets collected every second. AI is growing smarter and smarter and smarter. But technically speaking, when people are upset and they don't want things to be done, technology has been around for 8 or 9 years. It's too late to complain now.
Yeah.
So now it's a matter of just adapting to what you have and seeing how you can utilize it to your benefit personally and professionally. And so because AI was one of the things that was not around when I was going to school myself, and then I utilize it with the brands. But now as an independent hotel, I felt like my knowledge need to be stronger about AI. So I took classes through Google University online, which is easy. Anyone can do it. It's only $49 a month, and you could take like over 500 plus different classes about AI, and there's other classes as well about technology and software for many different industries. Taking those classes is what helps me stay confident in what I'm doing, helps me achieve my goals because I use that technology to my advantage as well. And then I share it with other people who are maybe, if there's an opportunity I come across, I share that knowledge with someone else. And once again, that's that personal touch
Yeah.
because they're like, oh, I never thought of, oh, I didn't know it could do that, or I didn't know this, and everything. So sharing is caring. And once again, that builds a loyalty when the client comes back and they're like, oh, Tiffany, you taught me this or you showed me this and it really worked. Look at the results. And then now we have that kinship and that secret win together. And that's what I'm looking for because for me, even when I am the sales director, I'm a salesperson. I do have goals. I have clients and accounts and everything. But my goal is to work with a client where it becomes more than just I'm the sales rep and you're the client. I want to be your friend. I want to be an extension of your family. I want to get to know you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that while we're on this journey together, that we're going to work together over and over and over again over the years. And that has been my MO as a sales director. And that's why I recommend every sales person, not just a sales director, your goal always is to work smarter, not harder. So build the relationships with people, personalize that so they come back on their own and they work together with you over and over.
It's really fascinating on how you were able to like integrate AI into your day-to-day workflow. You know, from your like POV, how would you say, AI has helped improve, your workflow and being able to deliver, those deliverables to your end users and to your customers? Like, how's that work?
Oh, okay. Well, I will say one thing. Okay, so I was the number one thing that jumps in my head is it's going to be it starts with a joke first. Well, number one, no one ever guesses my age and everything. And I'm not going to say it right now, but no one ever guesses my age. They always think I'm much younger than what I actually am. And so because of that and because of my age, I do have an old way of thinking. And so when I do work with some clients who are of the younger generation, up and coming, new college graduates in college, interns, things along those lines, keeping in mind I'm in Hollywood, so I work with a lot of studios, entertainment companies. Sometimes I do get that younger client who wants to plan or do something. And when I'm speaking with them, sometimes it's a little old fashioned. So I want to make sure that when I am emailing them or creating something personalized, sometimes I do rely on AI I put what I want to say, and I see what AI is going to spit back at me that's more, and it gives you different versions. And sometimes it does help me relate to or be able to speak to the younger generation where I don't come off as so stuffy
Yeah.
or sounding old school or I don't know if she's getting it or not. I get it. It's just I guess I'm extra articulate or whatever. So sometimes I got to not bring it down, but make it easier or less vocal so I don't scare off someone from talking too much via email or over the phone and everything. So AI does help from that relations. Or sometimes when something's misunderstood, I use AI as well to help me understand from their point of view,
Yeah.
and then it opens my eyes so I can better work. We can work together to come to the end goal.
I like that a lot. Being able to like, leverage AI made me do a little bit of a A/B test and see which messaging resonates to, to the customer you're speaking to. Especially, now we're in like a multi-generational society.
Yeah.
Now.
Understatement of the year, but yes.
Yeah. So being able to, leverage, I've never really heard anyone, use AI like that to kind of connect with a different generation because there's certain things they might say, certain verbiage they may use or slang they may use, but using AI to kind of stay up to date with what that is, so you could connect with those, different generations in that way. I think that's fascinating.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and I will say, since I've been doing that, what I will say, because I do look at the ROI, um, what is it on my time, ROI on the month ad spend that we utilize. And I have noticed on certain ads that I do use for targeting a specific audience are more successful, funny enough,
Yeah.
financially more successful when I've used the AI technology. And you have to think AI is like, that's like a never-ending Encyclopedia Britannica, if you know, or encyclopedia. It's just so much information that it correlates, and sometimes there's some things I forget, or maybe something I wasn't aware of, or it takes me into consideration of something I hadn't considered would indirectly affect what I'm trying to do. So it really, really helps out.
Love that. So what other trends in hospitality that excites you right now?
Oh, well, I will say with the change of the economy, a lot of hotels, branded and non-branded hotels, are very flexible right now.
Yeah.
And so, with flexibility and with the economy being questionable and everything, it shows everyone's creativity to capture their audience. And so, as a salesperson, I love creativity. That's my thing
Yeah.
and everything. So, how creative can you be? How can you like at the end of the day, all hotels, we all sell the same thing. We're all selling four walls, a clean room, and a mattress and everything. You assume that everything's clean, and it should be clean, 100%. So what determines someone to choose my hotel over someone else's? And that's where the sales and the marketing comes into play. And so during this type of economy, I love the fact that people are getting creative selling. So you get to see different avenues, different ways of how people think of their property, and then the strength of the property as well. How operations and sales works together. You could see those strengths or you could see those weaknesses during this type of economy. So it's very interesting. But I love the creative aspect of it. When the economy is doing really well, then we have a tendency of being very staunch and by the book, and everyone's restricted into the same little square. But when we have this economy that's questionable and people have to get creative and the demand is not as high as the number of rooms or supply that's out there, you have to get creative. And the creative aspect, you get to see people's true understanding of A, what they do, and then B, what their brand can do as well.
Yeah.
And so the fact that Godfrey is able to compete with all these major brands surrounding us is saying a lot. So I'm very proud of what we're able to achieve.
Wow. Congratulations on that. By the way, I love the creative problem solving that you guys are doing here.
Oh,
That's really great. Um, Speaking of that, though,
hmm
it sounds like you're very creative with problem solving and
hmm
coming up with new ways to do things. Are you able to speak to like what is the best event that you've ever worked on and
oh,
what made it so great?
oh, yes, yes. Okay. Um, Oh, I have 2. I have 2. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna mention, and look at me smiling already super hard. Um, what is it? Yeah, so I mentioned earlier, I love libraries, because I used to go there when I was younger. I love to read. And so, one of my favorite events, funny enough, was with Mary Bonet with Bella Magazine. She wrote a book, and so she's a reality TV star. And so, because she's a reality TV star, some people, don't necessarily, um think of them as writing books or doing educational things. One, her book is fantastic, number one. I highly recommend every woman to read that. Talking about empowerment, setting your goals, how to be achievable. It was amazing. But with Mary's event, it was a huge opportunity because there were so many other unknown variables that were there that we were able to have to work in the moment for the moment. We pulled it all together. It was fantastic. And then we were able to show her from a different light and help her because she had a specific need that she was unable to find except for here at the Godfrey. So that was fantastic. So that would by far be my number one. Cause we provided a unique service. We showcased it so well and presented it where everyone was taken off guard, like what's going on with this book and this celeb. That was one. And then my second one as well, fantastic. Was working with Gurus. They had a Pride event this past June.
Okay.
And one, it was a pink carpet. Pink's my favorite color, by the way, outside of silver or chrome. But what is it? That Pride event, it was 30 voices, 30 days, and everything. And with that event, having so many celebs, having press from around the world, and there was 30 voices, 30, so a different cover was released every single day, but dealing with so many different celebrities, all their publicists, all the press and media from around the world, and such an important initiative. And then having the city of Los Angeles behind us, pushing off, that kicked off Pride as well for all of LA and everything to put that pressure on the hotel was amazing. Plus, it was a hard feat to accomplish, but we did it with together as a team, and it was fantastic. And I was really proud of everyone. So it was different, and I think that showed what we're capable of. So I would say those are my two favorite events. And then my like just a normal event, so a non-red carpet event, is I would have to say my other favorite event I like to do is just traditional board meetings.
Yeah.
I love board meetings. One of my favorites. I didn't book it myself, but my corporate sales manager and director of events did for Kaiser. For those who know me, I'm very happy, but I'm happy because I'm grateful to be alive. I've
Yeah.
had health issues in the past, so I'm very appreciative of Kaiser, who has saved my life on more than one occasion. So I'm more than happy to work with their board of directors here at the hotel for meetings. And so I do like doing those where you could do a board meeting. It's kind of like our hotel being independent. Board meetings, you're doing non-traditional things together. You're making important plans. You're doing it in a creative environment, which is the Godfrey. And then we have like non-boring banquet menus and everything. Like, so they're very creative
Right.
and everything. So I love those type of events too, when they allow us just to truly shine and be ourselves.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I imagine like there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to putting on these large scale events that you host here. Like what are some of the biggest like mistakes hosts can make when they're planning that type of event or party?
Oh, organization, communication, and plan for the unexpected.
Oh,
Yeah, so organization is key because you need to plan everything out um, in advance and everything. Know ahead of time. I would say know at least 30 days prior to your event what exactly you want to initially try to accomplish. So then it helps the hotel. And I say 30 days because sometimes it takes time. It takes time to truly plan everything and for us to plan for the unexpected for you as well. And then we want you to plan for unexpected because there's some things that the hotel's not even aware of that may come out of left field and everything. So if you plan for it, then just in case this happens, then we can do this. That will help as well. And then communication, just communicate with the hotel, with your hotel representative as much as possible. Communication is a key to any good relationship. So personal and professional. So
that's
yeah.
great. I'm curious though, like what is some of or what's the most over the top request you've ever gotten for an event? Like,
Oh, well, it's probably my request, but we had a tree lighting ceremony here at the hotel on December 1st last year, and it was the first tree lighting ceremony for the Godfrey. I wanted this, and we had an amazing decorator who decorated all these hotels in Las Vegas. And I wanted this really super large Christmas tree, and I wanted it on the rooftop. But there was no way for us to get into the elevator, so I was like, "Oh, just have a helicopter, just drop it off, or we could pull it up the side of the hotel." And they're like, "Tiffany, keep dreaming. This is not the Barbie house." Like no, that has to fit in the elevator to make it to the roof and everything. So I'm trying to think. Of just, I mean, overall, that's just my own personal request.
yeah.
Um, I mean, I guess everything everyone's ever asked us for, we've been able to accommodate
Oh, no.
within reason. I mean, unless it's a vendor that we don't necessarily work with. Like sometimes we do get alcohol requests for things we don't carry here on property.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we're pretty creative. Yeah.
Man, it sounds like your team really knows how to execute really great events.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
They do. They do a fantastic job, and we have the support of our general manager, Constantine, who has a food and beverage background as well. So
Amazing.
I think that also helps because the leader of the property also has that background, so he knows what it's going to take to execute an event successfully.
Yeah. Oh, you guys should be very proud of that.
Oh no, we are. I mean, and it's fun. It's fun. I will say, if anything for Godfrey, you learn anything from me today, is the fact that we could do it with a smile and have fun about it.
So, like, what's next for the Godfrey Hotel? Any upcoming events or concepts you're excited about?
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so okay, as I mentioned earlier, we always reinvent ourselves. So we're taking, we've upgraded our live jazz, which happens on Saturdays, every Saturday. But on Fridays, one Friday out of the month, we're going to do a live jazz with a professional jazz band in ALK, which means About Last Night. That's the upcoming event that happens, and the live jazz is really taken off. So I'm really excited about that. But we have a unique event that's coming up on May 3rd. We're going to celebrate Kentucky Derby. We're going to do a Derby Day upstairs. So hat competition. We're going to have Billy Francesca as our host, and she's going to bring her diva team with her. We're going to have fashion shows, games. We're going to have, selfie walls and everything, a lot of vendors to help everyone get into the mood of Kentucky Derby Day. So that will be our next big event. And of course, we're working as well with LA Tourism
Yeah.
to plan something for Pride as well.
So exciting.
Yeah.
So exciting. I hope I get an invite.
Of
So
course.
later.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, yes,
I
yeah.
love that.
Yes.
And that's a really good way to wrap this up. I
No,
love
no,
that so much.
anytime.
Thank
Anytime.
you so much, Tiffany.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here and everything. I'm beyond ecstatic.
Yeah, thank you again. Thanks.